When is the best time to sell? It differs according to different people. For me, I would ask myself two major questions. First thing is, will I buy it if I were the next buyer? You may have bought your property long time ago before they go and print money, before they inflate the asset bubble, before the developer go and oversupply condos in your neighborhood. But ask yourself, if my property is at the current price, with the rental I can fetch now, with all the macro factors, including BST, ABST, interest rate high, supply pipelines, am I willing to pay the current price of my property? So that is the question that you need to ask. The second question is there a better way to put my money? What I mean better, it doesn't necessarily mean better return. I mean better peace of mind. Do you agree with me that for all the money in the world, I just want to have a good night of sleep? So ask yourself, is there a better way to put my money so that I would have better peace of mind? When is the best time to sell? So I'm going to give you some examples. So to avoid talking about you, I'm talking about myself only, okay? I'm talking about myself again. I know that in the market, it is competitive. So I come from a country called Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, there are actually a lot of pretty girls. So if you walk down the street in the CBD in Hong Kong, my God, there's an oversupply of beautiful women, comparable to oversupply of condos in Singapore. So last time, I was from there, and I was very popular, not with the guys, but with the pretty girls. I have a lot of pretty girlfriends. Know why? Because they never see me as a threat to them. So when I finally get a date, I would go along with one of my pretty girlfriends. So my dates often end up chasing my girlfriend instead. It's just like I advertise my property for sale, and I arrange a flat viewing. The buyer come over and step in for a few minutes only. And suddenly, he realized that my neighbor's unit, the view is much better. So it ends up, he offers a much better offer to my neighbor instead. What can I do? It is called a small and competitive market, and it's called a buyer's market. So you have to understand it's competitive market with oversupply. The second thing is sell when the market is still hot. Why did I get married early? Because I know that, unlike my girlfriends who can wait till when they're 40, they still have admirers. I don't have the luxury. I have to strike while the iron is still hot. It is best to sell your property when the market is still hot. And it's much easier to market property when the age is still young. You know what I mean, right? Because you have to spend a lot of time and efforts later. If the older the age of your property, the more the efforts and money you need to put in to renovate and upgrade your project in order to make it not look dated. And you also have less and less offers because your property is low. Because the thing is, there is high maintenance and depreciation in properties. You can't avoid it. And on-board may or may not happen, because that means you have to do a few rounds of upgrade and renovation before you finally talk about on-board. And you have to convince your neighbors to sell a few rounds before everybody will agree, or 80% of people will agree to go collective sale. And you also have to pay a higher and higher margin to the middleman so that property agency can help you to find a buyer. So sell when the market is still hot. The third thing is the first offer, series offers, is often the best offer. Why do I got married early? Because I understand I don't have a lot of choices, unlike my pretty girlfriends. They will have choices, but I don't have, because if I miss this proposal, I may not get another one. So the problem is the same with your property. A lot of owners in Singapore, they think that their unit is the best in Singapore, but that is not true. So they don't know. And then they keep looking for better offers. But as time goes by, the offers they get are less and less. Why? Because the agents and buyers see the same listing again and again. So they assume that the seller is getting more and more desperate. So that's why they offer lower and lower prices. So that is the threat. So what is the point of for you to tell other people next time your stock used to be 10 times higher, or somebody used to offer 50% higher for your property, but you didn't get it last time? So I always believe that paper loss is a real loss. Paper profit is not a real profit unless you are able to cash in, unless you are able to realize the capital gain, unless you are able to lock in the profits. That's what we call real profit. So that is why you have to look at these three things, and you know that this is the best time to sell. About for when you see in the market the developers, they are offering higher and higher discounts, and the sellers, they are no longer firm on the asking price. When the buyers and sellers are holding back their actions, this is your last chance to sell. So why do I need to emphasize that this is time to sell? Because I already talked about just now, this is not a good time to buy. If I also say that this is also not a good time to sell, for the 28,000 property agents in Singapore, they eat what? So that's why I have to say that this is a good time to sell. You may say that, hey, Wina, don't ask me to sell my properties because it's my home. That case is not applicable to you, because if you are staying in your own home, just like I have one of my private homes, it may not be applicable for you to sell your home because you need a place to stay anyway, right? You may not be able to sell your house because you need to rely on it for your rental income, for passive income, for your retirement. You may not want to sell your house because it is a rare gem in the market and you no longer have the financial capability or have the best terms from the bank. So that's why you can't sell. You may want to pass on your property as a freehold to your next generation. Whether they voluntary or you voluntary upgrade next time is the matter. But you want to pass on properties. So that's why I don't want to sell. But I believe that property investment is like delivering a great speech. A professional speaker always know when is the best time to finish and leave the stage on time. So in property investment, you need to know when to exit. Wait for the next cycle and go in for the next run of profit again. So with that, thank you very much for coming for my presentation this afternoon. I wish you all the best for your property investment.